Hey guys, welcome back to the Jury Duty Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Lindsay. My co host Kimberly is across the internet. Happy to be here. Kimberly, you know what's super exciting?
A lot of things, but tell me anyway.
Mamta's video on our page has had the most views.
That is exciting because even if only like 7 people ever subscribe to us, I just want people to know about Mamta. So I'm happy with it. But please keep watching them.
Yeah,
This is
please
important.
keep watching. Please share the video to everyone and also do all the YouTubey things like subscribe. So today we have a couple of things. We're still in the Mamta series, if you will. And right now we are going to show you guys a drive that Kimberly took around the Manassas area to some pretty crucial points for the trial. So without further ado, Kimberly.
Yes, it is much easier for me to process and feel connected to places and people and things if I can see them. So I took a little drive around Northern Virginia and on a weekend before a holiday, which is really no small feat.
No.
Nobody was harmed in the making of this video except for maybe some of my patients, but I didn't hit every single place in this case because that would become a whole Travel Channel series of me
Got
doing
it.
car dancing and like flipping people off in traffic because Northern Virginia is. But this is just some quick clips to help add some visuals and context for episode 2, which is also coming soon. We're going to pick up where we left off. It's going to pop up right there for you. So please go back and watch it. But this will help give you some context for episode 2. You don't have to watch this and episode 2, but you'll be happy to know that the iOS 18 update does not work with Apple CarPlay. So when I had set my whole stuff up in the car and I was driving, I'm talking, I'm narrating, giving you information. And then I went to edit and found no sound except for in one part of the video where I got out of the car. So you don't have to listen to me car sing in fast forward or reverse or slow mo. And I've just got a little creative. So we're going to make lemonade. Here we go. Let me share my screen. All right. So I started at the Walmart. It made sense that these were places that were close together when I narrowed it down, because let me tell you how hard it was to narrow these down. But if you're not from this area, you will be even more confused than I was as a local. I didn't know, for example, that this was in Loudoun County because people were saying Chantilly, Fairfax County, Loudoun, and I just consider Chantilly Fairfax County. Well, I learned that it's not, at least not all of it. So I wanted to show you the elapsed time here from point A to B to show you how close that the Home Depot is. They're really close together. It literally just took me a matter of minutes to go from A to B. It's entirely plausible, this like 10 or so minute time frame that they have him going from Walmart to Home Depot. It makes total sense. And these stores are not standalone. They're in busy shopping centers. There's other stores around. There's plenty of people, which is also worth noting. I'm going to pause it because it's rapid fire. I drove around all day, and of course, these were longer videos where you could see me driving and the lay of the land, but of course, no sound. So you'd just be looking at a really weird soundless video of me car dancing or to music that's copyrighted, so I can't play it anyway.
Give the people what they want, Kimberly.
I know, I'm sorry, but I was surprised that from Walmart to Home Depot, so these are both in Loudoun County, they are both adjacent to Dulles Airport. And I'm 100% confident these are the two. And you'll see why in episode 2, because I put all the dots together from the evidence in the press conferences. These are absolutely 2 of the locations he went to. I was wondering why he went there. This is about a 30-minute drive from their home. There are situated near the home Home Depots and Walmarts within the same proximity as well. So my first thought was he didn't want to bump into someone he knew or be too close to home, but that it defeats the purpose if there's going to be cameras that are going to catch you anyway. But it only took me, it was less than 5 minutes door to door from Walmart to Home Depot. So his 8:12 a.m. to 8:21 a.m. trips to both, very, very plausible. And this was on a Sunday before Thanksgiving, middle of the day. And even with foot traffic, I still made it in less than the estimated time according to Google Maps. So I just thought that was worth pointing out. What do you think so far? It's like blink and you miss it. We've been 60 seconds into this video.
Yeah, it is. It's very close. And, to your point that you were saying, it's interesting that he chose stores 30
Mm-hmm.
minutes from home, but they were very close together.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why this area is relevant to him. And you'll find in episode 2 a couple of surprises that I unearthed in my research that connected more dots about the area, places that they searched. That's how I knew these were the 2 correct locations, by the way. I'm not entirely sure what his connection to the Chantilly or Dulles or Loudoun area might be and why he went there specifically. What's really interesting to me, though, quick segue, is that I looked him up on LinkedIn. He apparently had worked, what was it, at a Lowe's at some point. And there's been a lot of talk about cases where there's no body and husbands and wives and DV situations. And a couple comments like, why do they always go to Home Depot? I'm like, why do they always go to this is uncanny. And I thought, well, he did work at Lowe's. Maybe it's a competition thing. I had that one moment of levity, but then I thought, what is it about Home Depot? Because that's
Better
exactly what
prices?
happened here too.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, if you live in the US, this probably would make more sense. I feel
Right.
like in larger cities that there are more Home Depots than Lowe's. That's what I've noticed. Is that
Yeah.
true? I don't know. Just in my situations, and it may just be that there are more Home Depot stores than Lowe's. It's something to
Hmm.
Google later, I guess, huh?
Right. I mean, it's only as the crow flies, you can see
Yeah.
little dots. It's literally around the corner. It's 2 miles in the roundabout way to get there. Estimated to be a 5-minute drive. It took me about 4 minutes and 33 seconds with Sunday traffic. And as you can see, we already saw the Home Depot. So maybe my slides are a little bit behind here. It was surprising to me that it didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to. In any
Yeah.
case, Liberty Gas. This particular location in this case gave me a lot of grief because I had to figure out which one it was. As a local, not knowing that half of the airport, its ass is sticking into Fairfax County, but 80% of it's in Loudoun County. In the next episode, you'll be able to see the county lines. There's a lot of maps just like this, so you can also visualize where things are. So the Liberty gas station was important to me because we know that he went to Walmart and Home Depot at some point on the 30th, 31st to buy cleaning supplies. He purchased knives. Again, stop watching this if you have no idea what so far is going on.
Okay, so is Liberty Gas a chain gas station for your area?
Yes and no. It
Okay.
is in the area, obviously, because I went to it. It's
Yeah.
interesting, though, because in Prince William County, I don't think I've ever seen a Liberty gas station. And as you enter Fauquier County, Loudoun County, there's Liberty High School. Liberty seems to be a theme. But I knew when I exited Prince William County, and this is why it's confusing to me as a local, so I know it's confusing to you if you don't live here. Prince William County, Fairfax County, Loudoun County, Fauquier, they sort of bleed together. So if you grew up saying that Chantilly was in Fairfax County, like I did, without knowing, well, part of it maybe bleeds into Loudoun County, then you probably refer to it as 14 different things like I did. But Liberty Gas sort of picks up in Loudoun County and Fauquier County. I knew as soon as I saw my first one, okay, I'm not in Prince William County anymore, but you don't really see them a lot here. So it's a chain and they're everywhere. And that was part of the problem. Which Liberty gas am I looking for? But
Gotcha.
this location's important because it's one of the first that police got evidence from. I don't know where he departed from to get there, so I don't know how long it took him. That dot's not really connected in evidence for us yet. But this was the first day that she was no call, no show at work. And her cell phone is pinging for a period of 2 hours when his phone is not. And it's also pinging near water. He also uses his credit card to eat in a cafe at a Liberty gas station and then is seen limping on camera to a clothing donation bin out front of the gas station, dumping things into it. He will then go back again later on to verify that it's been emptied. Like, he did this a lot during the days following. He'd revisit places to make sure that things were gone. He also wore gloves every time he did this, but they did retrieve a bath mat and some items from the Bhatt home from the clothing donation bin that did have positive results for blood DNA evidence. So he was clearly disposing of things all over the place. Not every gas station has a cafe attached to it. I don't know how it is where you live, but it was like, okay, how many Liberty gas stations can there be that have a cafe and a clothing donation bin? So I did some Google Earth researching, narrowed it to half a dozen Liberty gas stations, and then realized a cafe. Yeah, I don't know if you feel the same way when you pull up to like a 7-Eleven. It's like, and the 7-Eleven, like cafe, market side. I'm like, that's not a cafe. It's a gas station.
No.
But this has a legitimate, in a double wide, like an actual cafe attached to the gas station. And then I saw the bright red clothing donation bin and I was like, that's it. And then imagine my surprise when the Liberty Gas is another hop, skip, and a jump down the street from the Walmart and the Home Depot that he was frequenting. So it would make sense to me that he would return to this area for some reason to go to this Liberty gas station. Don't know why. Maybe he likes the cafe food. I don't know. Maybe he drove by because it's pretty much on the way home and saw a donation bin. I have no idea. That's still a mystery to me. But I then ended up seeing, when we're covered this in episode 2, that they searched 2 specific places adjacent to the Walmart, the Home Depot, and the Liberty Gas, roads connecting these areas. So I'm a $1,000,000,000% positive that this is the one. So naturally, I drove there because I needed to see why this gas station, but also it's one of the few places you guys didn't want to see me get out of the car and go into Walmart or go into Home Depot. I wasn't going to sit there and go, well, you've been to Home Depot now. I was tempted to get out of the car and go into Ulta and all the stores around them. I won't lie to you, but that was not the goal. The mission was to go to all the places. So
Yeah.
This is my next stop. This actually, I'm so proud of myself. I got out of the car to give you a look around, and naturally the iOS was like, oh, you're not connected to your car anymore. There's sound.
Oh my goodness.
Yay.
Yeah.
So I'll give you guys some sound here. So it did estimate that it would be 5 minutes or so from the Walmart Home Depot area. And again, about a half hour from the Bhatt home. So I don't know where he took off from. I just jumped right in the car and down the street from Home Depot. Here it is. So let's take a look.
Okay.
You can see where I turn in on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And as I pull in, you can see this little kind of double wide looking.
Yeah.
I was not drunk when I filmed this, I promise. The camera just kind of fell. This is a cafe right here attached to the gas station.
All right,
and
so as you can see,
very
this
end
is the clothing donation bin. I feel a little weird standing here. It's giving me some kind of an ick, so I'm not going to get closer to it. But also you can see that I'm here at the gas station, and there is this little sort of cafe attached to it. And just give you a little vantage point from where the gas station is. There's really nothing across from it. There's not a lot going on here. This is just kind of a throughway. So yeah, this is it. It took us about 5 minutes to get here. There was a little bit of bottlenecking on the road, but now I am going to do a very quick drive to some other places. So stick with me.
What do we have thoughts?
I have a few. So just seeing that makes me think that he probably was just thinking they will never figure out that I was here. That's the
Right.
vibe I get from a place like that.
Right. Remember, her phone is pinging with him.
Right.
But his is not on or in service or pinging to a network. But his Tesla and her phone gave him away.
He was so close to being smart. So close.
So very close. And
so close.
Yet so far at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't go to Walmart near the house because someone might see me. Well, you're still going to be seen by the eye in the sky.
Yeah.
So.
Right. I just, as I said, going off of the look of that gas station / cafe, he probably thought this will never be seen.
And he used his credit card.
And he uses credit card. It's just, there's so many things
The
that
lengths you go to cover your ass, but not fully cover your ass. Like I say to
right.
people, don't half-ass it. Use your whole ass. He did
Use
not use
all
his
of
whole
it.
ass. He didn't use it.
No, he
Sorry, I didn't mean to
didn't.
interrupt you.
No, you're good. You and I are on the same thought though, right? Like he is clearly trying to put some distance between him and the scene of the crime. We'll call it, right?
Yeah.
But he's not thinking clearly or fully, thinking like, oh, I have her phone. There might be cameras. There might be this. There might be that. I'll use gloves. I'll do this. Da, da, da. But again, I think we're all coming to the same conclusion. Everyone that's watching this, as well as me and Kimberly.
What also blows my mind is he works in IT.
Yeah.
Not that makes every IT person, some super genius that can circumvent the system, but you'd think that it would be in the forethought of his mind. Cameras, GPS, location services, cell phone towers. But lucky for us, he wasn't smart, which means we can follow his breadcrumbs and hopefully find Mamta and bring her home, however we do that. So thank God for stupid criminals.
Yeah.
I say that because it kind of screams guilty. I'm still going to withhold my judgment, but I'm firmly on guilty right now.
My meter isn't really moving from that. Like I haven't come across anything that puts any real doubt into my mind. But I'm open to hearing his side of the story. So
however many sides of it.
However
we'll
many stories that is. Yeah,
exactly.
Well. Exactly.
So this bird's eye view is the Colonial Village Apartments in Manassas, Clark Place, which is where Amanda, the babysitter, lives. So this is where he drops baby immediately as all of this is unfolding. And I don't know which building she lives in. I don't want to know. It's not my business. It looks really spacious and really spread out in this bird's eye view. But let me tell you, when I got there, it was a tight squeeze when I pulled in.
They could not be closer to each other.
Yeah. It doesn't look quite as spacious as it does in this bird's eye view, but the arrow is where I entered. I can see his thought process. You could basically make a loop to all these places without having to turn left and go backwards. He could make a big giant circle. And I'm assuming I followed the route that he would have. It's the quickest common sense route as a local that I thought, okay, I'm going to go this way. And clearly this picture was taken on a beautiful clear day when no one lived here, because I almost dropped the camera at a certain point from its holster on the thing because I was trying to change the view because it was so congested. So I didn't stay long. Again, I did a little loop-de-loop around this little entry cul-de-sac looking loop. And then where the big magnifying glass is, that's where I did a quick stroll around the block in the car. I would have gone to all of the buildings and driven around because I was interested in finding the dumpsters. After dropping baby, and then several times throughout the following days, he would return to dumpsters after dumping things in there. So I didn't know which dumpsters it would be. And can you imagine me just traipsing through this neighborhood looking for dumpsters? Like it reeked of crazy. So I wasn't going to do it. And there were children playing outside when I was recording. I was like, okay, I'm just going to do a quick drive by here. I got
Pay no mind. I'm just looking through the dumpsters.
Pay no mind. I'm driving around slowly with a camera. But I did at least get a perspective of how easily accessible this dumpster would have been to me. And I circled some of the obvious dumpsters here. I did miss a few now that I'm looking at it. They're all accessible. It wouldn't have been difficult. Some neighborhoods, like you have to live there, or trash is not accessible except in and around buildings. You have to know how to navigate. This is a very open community. You can just pull right in just like I did and throw stuff in the dumpster.
No gates.
I don't know. No, I don't know if he thought about it beforehand, because it's actually quite smart thinking. Oh, I'll put things in the dumpster at the babysitter's house. I don't know if I would have thought, oh, it's an apartment complex. They probably have dumpsters. And then to know exactly where they were, I don't know if he roamed around, but it was only a few minutes after dropping her that he's seen on a camera dumping things. So was it an opportunistic moment, or did he go, oh, that's a dumpster? I don't know. But it was very easy to find this dumpster. I knew I was looking for it. I looked at this map many times before I went. So it was very quick for me, but it doesn't exactly, it's not hidden. It's in plain view. So as you'll see, when I go to turn around and leave the neighborhood, it appears right in front of me. So just forgive oh, there we go. That big one. That's the dumpster I went to. This gave me so much anxiety driving into this neighborhood because it was like, ooh, it's a tight squeeze. And here we are. And that's the big cul-de-sac, the big circle. And I'm about to drop the camera. So I go up to the right and I make a quick loop-de-loop, and the dumpster is, boom, just right there, right up there in the corner where that car is turning. And it was
easy access. Yeah.
Easy access. I could have just gotten right out of my car right there and put stuff in there and drove away. And now that I think about it, I am now on camera, wherever he was on camera, probably looking at dumpsters. Womp, womp,
Hey,
womp.
this is investigative journalism at its finest right here, people.
Yeah, I'm winning awards for this, let me tell you what.
Yeah.
And it did take me the approximate about 29, 30 minutes to go from the Loudoun area back here to Manassas Park in Prince William County. So Google Maps was good to me. The estimates were accurate. And then I did make a final stop at UVA Health Prince William Medical Center. Oh God, I'm never going to get the name of the hospital. I just call it the hospital. I go there all the time. My specialists are there and I'm very familiar, but there's not a lot to see at the hospital. It's just some ugly brick buildings and that front sort of pergola. Pergola? I can't edit that out because it's so dumb. That front roundabout. Sweet baby Jesus. This would make for
I am into this.
Thank you. I'm becoming unhinged with every second.
Full tilt.
Full tilt. So I just did a quick spin around the roundabout out front because that's likely to be where she was the last day that she's seen in public. July 27th, she's waiting for her ride share, which interestingly comes up from the defense counsel in the recent hearings and motions. Spoiler alert, I don't think this has anything to do with anything. She had a ride share that was scheduled to pick her up, and it was 8:17 p.m. I was wrong. It wasn't 4:17 p.m., by the way. She's seen on camera in front of the hospital with a colleague waiting for her ride share, which she then cancels because a few moments later, a black sedan picks her up. I don't know why his defense lawyer is putting so much emphasis on this. Maybe this person knows something. Considering she is speaking to people on FaceTime or video chat and making phone calls and posting TikToks for the 2 days after that. She wasn't missing on the 27th. Why does it matter who's driving the black sedan?
Right.
Why does it matter who picked her up? I think they were throwing things at the wall. So I did a quick little spin around the roundabout. And that concludes your journey. Please keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle now. It looks just like that, and that's literally all you're going to see. Because all the other buildings are brick, and this took me a weird way through a neighborhood. Normally, I would come up on this road right here. But yeah, another right-hand turn in this big circle of locations. What is going on with the camera today or that day? And wow, okay. No one's giving me cinematography awards. So there's the front. That's the roundabout, and that's the front area near the visiting desk and the information desk. You just walk right in there and boom, you're inside. So this likely would have been where she was waiting because it would be the most obvious place for a ride share, and it's the front door basically. And there we are. If you're getting motion sick with me, I am sorry.
Just look away for a moment.
Okay?
No,
I tried.
No, I think you did a really great job. I think that puts a lot into perspective. I know for me, like, it kind of puts those pieces together of why he chose those places.
Mm-hmm.
The Home Depot, the Walmart, the gas station.
Yeah.
How easily accessible his babysitter's complex is, which don't try and find her, people. Leave her be.
No, please don't. I didn't try. You shouldn't either. There's no reason to do that. But
no, you have this video to
see.
see.
Yeah, you've got a lot. And I can go back if there's a desire. If people want to comment and say, spend more time here. I have to go back to the hospital anyway soon because I've got errands to run and appointments to make. I didn't want to drive by their house. It's also easily accessible. I've been there. I drove over there when the news was breaking of his arrest because I just couldn't believe I needed to see it for myself. They actually moved the little vigil from out front of their house, which was very sweet, but also a little creepy, understandably. They moved it to the Manassas Park Police Department. Chief Lugo let them have a space out front. So the little memorial and the vigil for her is no longer. And I'll put a picture in the next episode just because it was very sweet. But I didn't want to drive around the cul-de-sac because I'm sure people have been doing that. I
Yeah.
wanted to be respectful. It was a nice day. It was a Sunday. I'm sure people were outside with their kids. I didn't want to drive around the cul-de-sac to take a picture of a house everyone can see on the internet now. So it just made no sense to me. So yeah, sorry
Don't be
guys.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I wasn't going to be
Yeah.
that person. So if you want to see it, you
It's
can
fine.
Google it.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
there. It looks exactly the same as my video would have looked. But if you guys want to see another site, there were different search sites, parks. I don't know what I can show you other than trees and nature, but I will go there and I will get out of the car this time and go traipse around if you'd like me to. But please put it in the comments if you'd like me to do that. I suppose even though it's getting cold and I'm an indoor cat, I will do that for you.
Well,
so yeah, what are your thoughts?
You did a great job, Kimberly. Everybody, round of applause
Thank
for
you.
Kimbo.
Can I pause for a second so I can show you guys lemons into lemonade moment?
Please do.
So
Okay.
this is the lemons to lemonade I'm talking about, because if you can't laugh at yourself, what can you do? I was like, I was behind that Tesla for 10 straight minutes and didn't look up once to notice it was a Tesla. I was like, well, that's not an omen.
Yeah.
And you need to laugh sometimes. And I was like, not only did most of this video not have sound, but I've been unironically just behind this blue Tesla the whole time.
Great job, Kimbo.
Thank you.
We love
You're
you.
the only person that's legally allowed to call me that without getting cut.
Kimbo
'Cause
Slice.
you're special. Well, thank you.
Yes. Well, great job. We appreciate you. Okay, guys, make sure we like, share, subscribe, comment. What did you notice? Was there something you guys noticed in this drive that we didn't? We want to hear about it. If you know of anything that would be helpful for this investigation, please contact the police department.
There's also an anonymous tip line for Manassas Crime Solvers, which will be linked as well. And now that we've thoroughly taken you on the wildest roller coaster ride of your life, please watch episode 2, because we're going to get into the real meat and potatoes of why this is all relevant. It's a little more robust than episode 1 was, so buckle up. Episode 2 is linked. It's going to pop up for you. Please call the police if you have any tips. Justice for Mamta. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you not long from now, hopefully, in episode 2. Make good choices.
Love you. Start over. We're so stupid.
We're so extra.
We have no business being on the internet.